Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Harakak Radash, and double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, ruling teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same and teaching the same. All right, this is a quick sit down. All right, I'm gonna start off with this. This is by Rebecca Jones. All right, this is by Rebecca Jones. And I took a screenshot of this off of the brother Jeremiah, servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Instagram page. All right. And just, you can take a look at it, but I'm going to read through it. All right. It says, despite making up only 28% of the USA population, FBI data shows that white men are 55% of kidnappers, 56% of rapists, 58% of mass shooters, 59% of child porn arrests, 62% of statutory rapists, all right, pedophiles, 63% of prostitution solicitors, 68% of 1934 NFA offenders, 75% of incest, 75% of incest perpetrators. Okay? And that's what us brothers mean. All right. I'm gonna click on that video. Well, I'm gonna have to do a separate sit down on that one. I thought it was gonna stay up for me. Let me make sure we're rolling. Okay. All right, but this was gonna be like a 2-in-1 sit down. All right, a 2-in-1 sit down. But I was on the brother Ishayar Salaki, if I'm saying it wrong, from GMS Charlotte camp, okay, and he be posting like videos of us getting spiritual power, us getting spiritual power, the magnificent things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to bless the Israelites with in the kingdom of heaven. And not only that, getting spiritual power on this side, okay. So I'm gonna do a sit down on that. That'll be the next sit down I do on that, okay. So I just focus on that chart I went over. So that's the reason why, and there's way more shit than that, okay. On top of that, Esau, the so-called white man, has raped, robbed, and murdered, God's chosen people, the Israelites, okay. So that's why you got all of this going on. All right, read Joel the 3rd chapter. It tells you why the Lord is causing World War III, because what happened to His chosen people. All right, so the Lord is going to recompense His people. Okay, we're not looking for 40 acres and a mule. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to recompense the Israelites by taking down our enemies. Okay, so I'm gonna get a precept on that. All right, it's Zephaniah 3:8. All right, Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. You see? So we're the Hebrew Israelites, we're not going to do nothing. All right, we're just going to watch the Lord work. The Lord in these last days, He's going to judge Esau, the so-called white man. He's going to judge all these nations around the world. Okay, He's going to judge Babylon, the Great America. All right, He's going to judge 2/3 of His people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. 2/3 of you, you're going to take the mark of the beast. All right, it's already prophesied for the unbelievers, that survive long enough to take the mark of the beast. They're going to take it. All right. And 2/3, they're all over here in Babylon, the Great America. All right. So the Lord is going to do all the work. All right. The Lord is going to bring this devil down. All right. First, the Lord has his prophets out prophesying against this devil and against this wicked kingdom. But then the Lord and the angels, Yahushua and the angels, they're going to come back to the earth in those so-called UFOs, and they're going to physically fight against Esau, the so-called white man, and the other nations. Against the Chinese man, Japanese, all of them, Arab, all of them, because they all going to try to fight the Lord at once. Okay? And let's get this precept. All right. Nah, bear with me. I'm trying to. I think it's 18. Yeah, it's 18. 17. Salaki. All right. Okay, so this is Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at 12. All right. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Right. So, these nations that's a part of the EU, all right, even the nations that's not a part of the NATO and the EU, but they still abide by and respect and live by the laws of the land, the laws, the legislation, that the Edomites put into place. You got nations, they follow it. All right. They follow it. Okay. So the whole world is under the the vibration and the power of the Edomites, so-called white people. All right. But the point is, even these other nations, all right, there's just, they got their own separate kingdom, but they still got to bow down to this, this beast system. All right, they're going to try to fight against the Lord too. Okay, they're going to try to fight against the Lord too, and they're going to lose. All the armies, all the armies of the earth is going to. They showed you this in Independence Day. Okay, they showed you that in Independence Day. It's another movie I just seen a few days ago. I think it's called The Day the Earth Stood Still. I think that's the name of the movie. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Okay, I'm pretty sure in that movie, all the armies around the world, all the kingdoms around the world, they united together to fight against the so-called alien invasion. Okay. I might be getting confused with another movie, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But yeah. So all these nations, they're going to try to fight against the Lord, and they're going to lose. Okay. All right. They're going to lose. So let me get a precept on Esau being fucking perverse and wicked. All right. I think that's 12. Bear with me. 12 and 16. Here we go. Make sure we rolling. So this Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Okay? So Esau is a very vile and the basis of men. Meaning Esau is the lowest of low. You don't get no lower than an Edomite. All right? And that's facts. You don't get no lower than an Edomite. Okay? The Edomites, they have the worst history and worst record, all right, on this earth. They're known for nothing but evil. They're known for rape, rob, and murdering the Israelites. Okay, they're known for doing all type of wickedness. I just showed you the list. All right, what is it? I just showed you the list. This is what the Edomites are known for. Okay, but I'm gonna end it on that one because I gotta do another I gotta do another sit down, Salakia. So with that, I want to end it and give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakak Badash. Double honors to the old apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same teaching, saying, Shalom.